In a small town lost amidst dense forests and bleak hills, it was time for the sun to set behind the horizon, leaving only shadows behind. The town went by the name of Gravesville, and here the residents always whispered stories of dark entities that roamed the night. But one of those stories was particularly frightening. The story of a bloodthirsty vampire named Liam. Liam was an ordinary teenager who, like all his peers, dreamed of adventure, of one day escaping Gravesville and discovering the world. But his life changed that fateful night when he and his best friends, Emma and Jason, decided to explore an abandoned mansion at the edge of the woods. The mansion was old and lost, with gnarled walls and weedy paths. Legends claimed that the house had once been home to a vampire who sucked the life out of the locals. But Liam, Emma, and Jason were young and full of courage, and they didn't believe in such nonsense. As they entered the mansion, a chill swept over them. Emma jokingly said, "Well, vampire, show yourself to us." And at that moment a quiet rustle was heard that made them freeze. Liam, feeling fear come up to his throat, tried to laugh, but the laughter stuck in his chest. They explored the rooms full of dust and abandoned things. In one of the rooms they found an old photograph. It showed a man with shrewd eyes and a grim smile. "That's him, the vampire," Jason exclaimed, pointing at the picture. But it was just an old illusion, and they decided to continue their exploration. When they went up to the attic, they found a strange altar, furnished with candles and unusual objects. Without hesitation, Liam touched one of the objects. It was an old ring. At the same moment he felt a sharp pain in his hand, as if something had pricked him. He jerked his hand away, but it was too late. Blood began to drip onto the floor. Emma and Jason, noticing this, were startled. "Are you okay, Liam?" Emma asked, but he couldn't answer. His gaze froze on the window where a silhouette appeared in the darkness. It was a man, but his movements were strange, as if he wasn't touching the ground. The silhouette moved closer and Liam could make out his face. It was the man from the photograph. "You set me free," he said, his voice low and hypnotic. "Now I will take what is mine." Liam felt fear clench his heart. Emma and Jason, realizing what had happened, rushed for the exit, but the door slammed shut in front of them. "There's no way out!" Jason screamed. The vampire, with a smirk on his face, slowly approached Liam. "You're mine now," he uttered, and Liam felt the life leave his body. At that moment, Emma grabbed the nearest object and threw it at the vampire. "Get off him!" she shouted. The vampire turned around, his eyes glaring, but it gave Liam a chance to break free of his grip. He and Jason rushed out into the street, but Liam stopped. He could feel his life slipping away and he couldn't leave his friends behind. "Run!" he shouted, but the vampire was already close by. The moment Liam felt his strength waning, he remembered the ring. With his last strength he picked it up and cast a spell he found in an old book lying on the altar. A deafening explosion erupted around them, and the vampire screamed in pain. Darkness enveloped everything, and when Emma and Jason opened their eyes, they saw that the mansion had burned to the ground. Liam was gone, but all that was left in his place was ashy earth. Many years have passed since then, but Gravesville has never forgotten about Liam. His spirit is said to roam the woods, guarding the town from evil, and the vampire is rumored to be trapped in the fire, waiting for his time to return. Every year on the night the sun goes down, the townsfolk hear whispers reminding them that darkness is always near, and that they should be careful of what they encounter in the shadows.